Taro and Jiro were two Sakhalin huskies which survived for 11 months in Antarctica after being left behind by the 1958 Japanese Antarctic Research Expedition. Due to poor weather conditions, the expedition was unable to airlift out 15 dogs, which were left chained and with only a few days' worth of food. Of these 15, 7 of the dogs died on the chain, 6 of them disappeared, and 2, Taro and Jiro, successfully overwintered and were discovered by the next research group the following spring. The dogs became a media sensation after their discovery and became Japanese symbols of perseverance and fortitude. Jiro remained in Antarctica and died there as a working dog in 1960. Taro was brought to Japan, where he died in 1970. Both of their bodies were taxidermied and placed on display, and several monuments to the dogs have been erected in Japan. Our story begins when the Japanese National Institute of Polar Research began a multi-year research program in Antarctica to coincide with the International Geophysical Year of 1957. They established Showa Station on East Onagul Island in January of that year and sent a team of 11 researchers and 19 Sakhalin husky dogs as a sled team. 3 of the huskies died during the expedition, but one of the remaining 16 dogs, a white female dog named Shiroko, gave birth to a litter of 8 puppies, bringing the entire dog team at the base up to 24 huskies. The team was expected to be replaced in February 1958, but the ship Soya carrying the replacement crew became iced in and called for help from Burton Island, an American icebreaker. With Burton Island's assistance, a helicopter was able to rescue the team at Showa, but the plans to deploy the second-year team were abandoned, and the helicopter rescue only included the humans at Showa, as well as the white female husky Shiroko and her 8 puppies. The remaining 15 dogs had been left chained with several days' worth of food accessible. In January 1959, a third team returned to Showa and sought to determine the fate of the dogs. 7 dogs had died while still chained, and 8 had broken free. 6 bodies were never recovered, but Taro and Jiro were found alive. These were the 2 youngest dogs on the team, at 3 years old. They were brothers, and they were pups of Kuma, a dog that had also been on the chain at Showa, but had broken free and disappeared. The dogs that had died on the chain showed no signs of cannibalism, and it was theorized that Taro and Jiro survived by learning to hunt penguins and seals and to eat frozen marine life that surfaced in ice cracks. The dog's survival was a national news story at the time. Jiro continued working as a sled dog in Antarctica and died there in 1960. His remains were stuffed and moved to the National Science Museum of Japan, the same museum where Hachiko is displayed. Taro was relocated to Sapporo and lived the remainder of his life at Hokkaido University. He died in 1970 and was also placed on display at a university museum. 3 monuments dedicated to the dogs have been constructed near Wakkanai, Hokkaido, under Tokyo Tower, and near Nagoya Port. The dog's story was used as the basis for the 1983 film Antarctica and the 2006 film 8 Below.